Ladies love the skin.
Ow.
Bring it a little bit closer. The good skin, that is. That's why having a proper skincare routine is very important, and you need to feel the Teej. The process is so easy, just 4 steps. You got your daily face wash. That's going to clean your face up nice and right. You got your exfoliator scrub. That's going to open up your pores. You got your AM moisturizer with the SPM 20, which is going to protect you from the sun. You also got your PM moisturizer, which is going to make sure your skin is protected throughout the night. Teej has tons of reviews from dedicated customers across the world. I know I said a lot, but it's okay, because guess what? It comes with an instruction card to explain to you in detail what to do morning and night. And because Teej is a sponsor, they're offering my family 30% off along with a free gift. Just click that link that's in the description and feel the Teej. Maintaining your beard isn't just style, it's self-respect. A well-grown beard boosts confidence and leaves a lasting impression. Elevate your look. Embrace the importance of beard care today.
Hey, ladies. How are you guys?
Hey, y'all.
I can't hear you.
Hey, girl. I'm
y'all.
excited.
Can you guys hear me? Oh, wait. Oh, that was my fault. I was on mute. Okay, so the conversation has left the group chat. The fuck?
Here we are.
The conversation has left the group chat. Welcome, ladies, to ZhaZha in the group chat. I'm so happy you guys are here. As you guys know, we're going to have a little fun tonight. Are you guys excited?
Yes.
I need some energy. I need some energy like the group chat be.
I'm ready.
I need some energy like the group chat be. Okay, so I want you guys to introduce yourselves. I'll start off. My name is ZhaZha Nova, and I am a creative director, event planner, influencer, creator from Chicago. And these are my girls. And introduce yourselves, you guys. So they know we not no bum bitches talking. We some real bitches talking. Because they need to know.
Like introduction, like name introduction. That's it. Because all I gotta say is my name is Evelina. My name is Evelina. And that's it.
Well, she said that's it. I like
that's it. That's all I gotta say. What's up? I'm ready to talk.
My name is Morgan. Pink Pineapple _86 on Instagram, and I am a artist manager and creative. I also work in healthcare, but besides that, I got a lot going on.
Period. She's dope as fuck.
My name is Martha Mendoza. I am a real estate broker and investor, and I'm here single in the city.
Yeah, not she's single in the city.
Single in the city.
Want me to go? I'll go. My name is Alicia Saman. I'm TV, film, modeling, managing, influencing, all of the above. Excited to be here.
Hey, y'all. I'm Infamous Missy. I'm a personal stylist, image consultant, luxury lifestyle concierge, and a creative.
Period. Okay. Well, that's a great introduction. It was very important to me for you guys to showcase like who y'all are in this conversation and what y'all are about, because a lot of times with men, their first thing is, would you do it for yourself? Or,
what do you bring to the table?
What do you bring for the table? So it was very important to me to show
bring?
that we bring something to the table. So I just want to start with a nice cheers, please. I have Henny and wine in my cup.
Yes, got a little wine too.
I got Henny and lemonade.
I got whiskey.
Damn, bitch. Okay, get the night rolling. All right, so boom. So today has been a kind of a dramatic day for me in the Instagram streets. I got in a couple of tussles today. Somebody was they posted something up, which I'm going to show you guys. They posted something up and it fucking bothered me. It bothered me for the simple fact that the mindset of women and sometimes where they're at and what they're thinking, it just fucks it up for the rest of us. So when I went to the comments because I'm like, am I tweaking? And clearly I was tweaking due to like from what those comments were saying. So I want to post it up here so that you guys can see, and then we'll go forward with that. Let it clip. This boy said lunch is on him today and asked for what I wanted. I said a salad and get a Zelle text for $15. I sent it right back because $15 is crazy, baby. You can keep that. For me, I just feel like that's hella fucking disrespectful. If a nigga actually sends me $15, I would probably send it right back too, because to me it's like, first of all, $15 for a salad is wild. What type of McDonald's salad do you think I eat? If you think that give me $15 is okay, and then I'm telling you I'm at work, so that means Uber Eats, how much they charge to even get a salad? Okay, maybe I want a little drink and a little cookie. Now I can't. It's like $15 really just doesn't do nothing for me. And then there was comments saying like, oh, you would never do it for yourself. You're right, bitch. I would never get no McDonald's salad for myself. You're right. Yeah. I would go to Sweet Greens. I would go somewhere that actually makes salad and actually grills their chicken, not pops in the fucking microwave. So that just showed me what type of caliber of woman you think I am. And that to me was type disrespectful. I mean, was I wrong or
no?
Because I got attacked today. Like, I got
a decent salad is like $25 first of all.
Decent.
Well,
plus the Uber and all that, like, and don't be sending me no damn $15, like you said. First of all, like,
that's the tax on my meal. Like, thank you. That's the tip.
Yeah,
that's like the tip. Exactly.
That's the fee and the tip on my Uber Eats.
And the dessert.
That's the fee and the tip on my Uber Eats, because you know you can't
$15.
They'll make you tip.
$15 was
I would look at the $15 like, this is my drink.
My thing is, I'm not sure if I would say anything. I would probably send the money back, because I have sent money back, because I think people have sent me not enough, but they thought it was enough. Even very seriously. And then they had a mention of it thereafter, like, well, I sent you lunch. And I was like, you can take that back, because it actually didn't cover my drinks at lunch. But we ain't got to go there. You know what I mean?
No, here's the thing about that conversation, Morgan, is that if you're going to send me money for lunch, I don't want to hear nothing of you throwing it back in my face because you sent me money for lunch. Like, I didn't ask you to. You decided to do it. So when you do it, you should do one of two things of, hey, how much is it, or how much you need? Or if you don't believe me, I'm going to screenshot my Uber Eats order. You're going to order for me, and you'll see that it's $20 to $30 reasonably. If I'm ordering a salad and such, reasonably, you know, I've never received less than $20 for lunch, and that's just being real. I work downtown. Even if I'm going out to grab lunch, it's still going to be $20, $30. Right. It is what it is. Whether it's a salad or not, it's still going to be at least $20.
You're right.
Literally. And what really blew the fuck out of me, fuck all that. What blew the fuck out of me was the women in the comments. The women in the comments were actually saying things like, you an ungrateful bitch. What if that was his last 15? If that was his last $15, you shouldn't be dating if that's your last $15.
Period.
You go figure out how to fuck shit. You don't need to talk to no bitch like me, baby. Okay, because I'm not a $40 bitch. So I'm the wrong person to send $15 to. Because that's just, it's like, men don't understand is that every woman is not prioritized the same. Some women are, to some women, you're right, $15, she would be very fucking happy to do that, because she probably does go and get $15 salads. And that's fine. That's fine. But to knock other women off like me, like they were trying to knock me off today, and tell me I'm an ungrateful bitch. One lady told me, I hope my son never meets a bitch like you. I said, he probably won't. I'll never be in the room with a nigga like yours. And then another person told me, just all type of shit, like just throwing all this shit. And it's like, it just blows me, because how are we supposed to like expect like higher things in life if there's like people thinking that we should accept less no matter what? Like, why do I need to be grateful as a woman for a man sending me $15 for lunch? Why do I have to be like grateful for that?
They want us to be accepting of the bare minimum so that they don't have to do as much. And then not only that, the women who don't have much or who don't get much on a regular basis are appreciative for the bare minimum. So in that, they show gratitude, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, instead of instead of dismissing it or just saying no thank you, or that doesn't meet my standard, you know, they just accept it and keep running with it so that they think it's okay. It's enabling men to continue to do the things that they do, and it's accepting it. It's unfortunate, but that's the world we live in. Because not only is it men sending the $15, it's women saying, you better be grateful he's sending you $15. Like, the whole fast. Like you said, if you're not financially stable, don't send me shit. Figure it out.
Right.
And then on top of that, just because I'm asking for more doesn't mean that I'm a gold digging ass bitch, because I'd have been like, lunch ain't shit. You need to take me shopping. Nigga, where's dinner? I thought we was going out.
I got bigger
that's
fish
not
to
gold
fry.
digging. That's actually me being like, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
Right.
We got bigger and better things to move on to. Unfortunately, I think that's just a regular standard nowadays, that people assume that we should take whatever it is that we can get and ride with it.
And I've noticed, and that's what I was trying to lean into is men thinking that we should accept whatever it is they give us. And I'm like, I just think that's completely insane. I don't think that if I work so hard, you ladies work so hard, why do I need to expect that if I have changed my life and maneuvered my life where I don't need to accept that anymore? Yeah, I used to maybe accept that back in the day when I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't on my shit, or I'm not the person I am today, but I got to go back to that place in my life for acceptance from a man. That's doesn't make any sense to me. And I'm just really tired of this shit that these men, and low key these women, because there's a lot of women out here, a lot of pick-me women who really do think like that, who be like, you an ungrateful ass girl, you know, what if that was his last 15, or, you know, this and this and this, and they would accept that. And that's fine. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you can do that. I don't need to do that.
Maybe it's a pay grade issue or an age thing. Because maybe $15 is okay at like, I not necessarily.
Oh no, these were grown women, babe.
Well.
I
Like
think it's small town talk, because Chicago prices are different. Chicago girls date different caliber. I mean, I'm from Wisconsin, so when I was back in Wisconsin, girls will accept anything, Chipotle for dinner, okay? And people in Chicago have, you know, we date at a different standard. Let's be real, it's not the same. Maybe in Wisconsin and like
what? How much is a Chipotle bowl?
I don't know, $12.
It's
like $15. I saw a comment on there. That covers my Chipotle
and guac. It's like 17.
Yeah, it's still exactly. With $20. If I want a drink, that's at least $22.
Yes.
Right.
So even if I don't mind. I'll take Chipotle, but I need my chips and guac. I need a drink too.
I need what I get on a regular.
So everybody here is sending the money back.
I'm sorry.
Would I send the money back? I'm not gonna lie to you. I wouldn't. I just would never.
I wouldn't send the money back, and I would just block.
Sending no money back.
He would have been done though. That's it.
Yeah, I would never talk to him again.
You clearly do not match my energy. You don't match me. And like I said, it's okay. And I don't give a fuck what you guys are saying in the comments, because if that's what you like, that's fine. Sorry, y'all. I know I said I wasn't going to, but it just mind blows me how like people just want us to be like that. And I date those type of women if that's what you like. Don't talk bad about women, you know what I'm saying, that can't. Speaking of that, I want to go up to the next clip real quick, because it kind of coincides with this conversation of what we're talking about right now, and about men that either have it or don't have it. So roll the motherfucking clip.
I ain't gonna lie, I just realized why entitled women be getting on my nerves. And truth be told, it's just because I ain't got no money. Like, I'm broke, you know what I'm saying? Because when I had to think about it, like, when I was up for real, I wasn't really tripping off certain questions and expectations. I had it back. I'm good, you know what I'm saying? You want that little baby, go ahead, get it, shout it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, when I ain't got no money, ooh, I be tight. Like, bitch, you just order a drink. Like I told you, I was gonna take you out to eat. I ain't say you was gonna get drink. You better take that shit off to put it on separate, so I could, I pay for the food you go do.
What?
You should not be dating if you are not financially stable. You should be focusing on yourself.
Listen.
And that's what he was saying. Did you see, if you really listen to what he was saying, when I had that, when I was about that, when I had that money, I didn't give a fuck about what a woman had, bringing to the table, what she wanted to eat, how much I wanted to spend, because I had it. I wasn't mad at the world because I'm looking for it. The minute motherfuckers ain't got it, everything is a problem.
It's a problem
because you don't have it. And I wish men would be more honest about that. Honestly, I wish men would be more honest
give him
about
the honesty that he said that in the video, because like you just said, a lot of men don't be honest with that, and it's a lot out there now that be just put in a front like, yeah, I got it like that, when you really don't got it like that. Like,
my thing is that they need to date
and I know you
according
don't.
to what they're willing to do. Because, you know, they like these girls online, they like these girls on Instagram that look good, but they're not willing to, you know, this ain't Chipotle, baby. Like, it doesn't work that way. So I also definitely think people need to stay in their lane. There's a lane for everybody. There's guys out there who don't mind that, and then, you know, there's girls that don't mind that. So stay in your lane, baby. We're not bad for having our own standards, and I see the comments on there talking about us. We're all successful women, so it's not we're
very
looking for a handout.
successful
It's
women.
just, you know,
all of them.
it just is what it is. It gives ick to me.
Yeah,
Blacked.
Your salary bracket.
Definitely, I agree.
And that's where the issue is. Yeah, and they're mad because they can't reach a certain specific type of woman, because that certain specific type of woman needs a certain specific type of things. So because these men cannot give that, they're upset, because I promise you, I've dated very successful men. You know what I'm saying? I still do. You know what I'm saying? And it's the talks in the table are not about what are you bringing to the table. It's what are you wearing? What are you doing? How you looking? How you feeling? That's it. That's all. But that's because they're at a different level in their life. And that's cool too. A man that might be trying to figure it out or whatever the case is, power to you. I love it. But you cannot get mad because there's some type of standards that women have. You can't do that because you're not ready for that level yet. And I'm not talking about people in the comments. I'm not talking about specifically, you know, broke bitches. I'm talking about bitches that got their shit too. Okay, we're not just talking about that. We're talking about this is a space where it is successful women here. So we're talking about women like us who, regardless or not, the bills are going to get paid. We don't got to fuck to get rent money. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to do this we're successfully okay. So I just think that the talks are different. And I feel like it's okay for men to just, you know, figure out where you at in life and deal with those type of women. And that's it. Because then you're going to get mad. You know what I'm saying? When a woman is talking about her financial plans or something like that, and you can't contribute or you can't do, now you feel less than of. That's not my problem. I've been a big boss. You wanted to come on this lane. So now what? Now you mad at who? At me or you?
It is this, you know, high value man, high value woman, right? If we're high value women, you're not going to treat me anything less, and I'm not going to accept anything less. So again, if you're not in my lane, you should keep it moving. And as women, I'm not going to build a boyfriend. I'm not going to build a man. I'm too grown for that. You should have your stuff together before you try to approach and talk to me. And then don't be mad when it don't go your way because, you know what I'm saying, you wasn't it in the first place.
That's just what it is.
I think it's men lying too, though. I think it's that they want to have the money, they want to have the funds and the ability to be able to take care of a woman, because I think any man naturally wants to be able to provide, but because they don't have it, they showcase like they do, and then when they can't meet the standard, like old boy was saying, they get frustrated. Their ego is bruised. You know what I mean? They feel a certain type of way, and it's just unfortunate because people do. I mean, I just saw in the comments somebody said the average man makes $45,000 a year.
We don't date average. I'm ready. Can I speak? I've been quiet long enough. Okay, first of all, because I'm reading these comments, I didn't really introduce myself because it was like I got stage fright at a moment. But let me tell you guys, I'm very successful. I've been very successful. I cast people, put people in TV, movies. So let me, just remind you of who is speaking right now. Men that are in these comments talking about high value women, we are high value women. We are women that have standards. And that's the thing that men don't like. Men don't like boundaries. They don't like women that know what they want. We intimidate men. All of us intimidate men. My own father tells me I intimidate men. But at the end of the day, I've held a man down when he's been broke. I've definitely held a man down where it's like, I know I'm dating a man who ain't got it right now. But when I met him, he had it, you know? So we've been in that position before. It's where we're at in life right now. So if you are not at that place, then you can exit the group chat.
Yep.
Like, period. If you're not where we are, then that's just your awareness to just keep it moving, keep it walking. Period.
Right. And that's literally it. You know, you just kind of just gotta figure out what type of women you want. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. And that's totally okay. But I think another thing that men want to do, certain men, is they want women to, like, they want to be at their lowest, and they want women to grow. And for women, it's differently. We want a man that's on it. We're on it so we can grow bigger together faster. I don't want to start at the bottom when I've already been at the bottom. That doesn't make sense to me. I've been there before. I don't like it there. And I had to climb teeth and nails to get where I'm at. I'll be damned if I let any fucking little man come into my life and basically put me back down there again. Now I got to deal with his stress, his drama, his I ain't shit moments. I can
straight to hell.
You know what I'm saying? Like all his traumas, all of his shit. Like it to me, because I fixed myself in my trauma and I'm literally trying my best, I could only deal with my equal or higher. So no, I'm not going to start at the bottom with you in a Toyota Corolla. I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not getting nothing out of that. I've already been there before. And I think that's what these men want. They want a bitch who she was riding in the Toyota. Well, maybe you should zap back to 2014 and go find that bitch when we was young.
But that's why they like these young girls, because they're easy to manipulate. They don't know no better. You know what I'm saying? They're easily impressed. That's the difference, because, you know, it is what it is. You know, I already know this guy's MO. Not that, I don't know if you guys, I mean, what's the most that you guys normally get Zelled for lunch? Because I've never had the $15 problem ever. I normally get
my last Zell for lunch. My last Zell for lunch was $200. Y'all follow my Instagram. I'm not lying. I'm not lying.
Minimum,
like motherfuckers really live that life.
The minimum I've ever got here and there. The minimum probably like 50. Minimum 50.
Minimum was
minimum 50.
50, like 100. Yeah, like 50, 100. That's like the
very like.
See, the thing is that I don't want to make it seem like we're not appreciative, because I'm appreciative.
Oh yeah, I'm very appreciative.
But it's a different kind of energy that you're gonna get out of me. You know what I'm saying? Am I gonna be as responsive? Am I gonna be as intrigued? Not really, but I'm grateful. I'm not gonna drag you through the dirt. But I just know where to put you. You know what I mean? Basically.
Yep.
But I'm not ungrateful, you know?
And on top of that, like, you kind of attract who you are. I just don't attract a man that's going to send me $15. Like, I don't attract that. A man would never dare send that through my Cash App. Like, motherfuckers, like, why would you do that? Come on now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that wouldn't even make sense.
Disrespectful.
I feel like men know that, though. I think when they approach you, and I'm not saying this in a negative connotation, but I've had men say, "You're out of my league," and I'm like, "Why would you say that?" I don't understand. But when they do, my girlfriend said, "You better listen to them when they tell you out they fucking league, because they mean it. Here you are trying to be nice because he's handsome, he look good, or you think he got his shit together, and he already told you, oh, you might be out of my league." And they're not they're already not ready to keep up with not just the financial part of it, but whatever it is that you may have going on.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. So speaking of, you know, I'm kind of doing this. I'm kind of making sure that everything kind of floats information. So the next clip I have is, it's an interesting clip because it's kind of talks about trauma, you know what I'm saying? And male trauma. And that shit is so deep. Just roll the clip.
Advice I can give you as a therapist for free, because I do charge for mine, is if you date a man and you notice that he has mommy issues, my best advice for you, if he's not in therapy working on those mommy issues, is to pack your belongings up. And I mean, pack them quickly, as quickly as you can. I need you to put all of them belongings on your back, and I need you to run like you're being chased by a pack of hyenas. Why? Because a man with unresolved mommy issues is going to be the most insufferable, stubborn, ignorant person you've ever met in your life. Anger issues shortly follow after that. And if you really want to wake it up, it's resentment towards the mom for what the daddy done did or didn't do. Whether he was, it don't even matter. That ain't your job to figure out. The second a man hints at having mommy issues and he's not working on them, you need to pack your belongings. You need to run, okay? I mean, run fast for your mother's, whatever Florence and the Machine said, baby, because you're in danger. That is my advice to you. Run.
I need to hug that man.
Listen,
hug him, kiss him.
He
Oh my
said
God.
everything.
And he's a therapist. He's a real therapist. I actually went to his page. I did my homework. He's a real therapist.
He really laid it out.
Period. Like, absolutely.
Because speaking with like my, past, like that's exactly what it was. Like my ex's mom left him when he was with his dad. His dad really wasn't like, just gave him money to go smoke, drink, whatever at an early age, and just wasn't like that example or fatherly figure to his son. And then I seen that later on, and then he's also my child's dad, and it's just what he basically said, that therapist in that video, is just so true, because men really got mommy issues, and just not even mommy issues, but like trauma too. And it's so hard for them to like speak about it. And it's just not a bad thing to speak on it. And I feel like a lot of men should bring it up and should use their voice and be loud about it. And even when like to their partners, to their wives, like I go to physical therapy, and she got cheated on like last like summer. And she's like, listen, you got to go to therapy or something, because your mom passed away. Your dad is a narcissistic, like so it's a lot. Like, it's a lot. It's just a lot. And he said it to the T.
I think it goes, and just to be the devil's advocate, it goes both ways. If I had daddy issues that were unresolved, I don't expect you to. Because unfortunately, they harness every issue that they had with their mother against you, whether the mother was a crackhead, abusive, anything that it may be, abandonment issues, you know what I mean? Just a multitude of things. Didn't talk to them nice, wasn't very loving and affectionate. I had an issue like that. His mother told me, I had a man that was with his mother, straight up told me, don't blame him for not being affectionate with you. I didn't love him like that. We weren't an affectionate family. I didn't hug him. I didn't kiss him. I didn't embrace him. And I am an intimate person. And so I'm like, it wasn't until later on that he had a child where he was able to start to be able to embrace what that love looked like. But it took him having to go through that. And that was not my problem to figure out. You know what I mean? Like, I can't heal you through that. Luckily, he had a child and he was able to start embracing that level of intimacy and love. But yeah, I should have ran away from that. As soon as she told me she didn't love him correctly, how was he ever going to be able to take on the love that I had to give?
And a lot of men talk about, like, I know we talk about daddy issues. And this is one thing that I want us to be fair about. Like you said, us women have father issues. But we say it. We be like, look,
we talk about it. We speak about it. We bring it up.
We speak about it. We are accountable. Men never want to admit that their mama was wrong. Most of them. No. They don't want to admit that their mama was trash. Most of them. They don't want to admit that the reason why they don't know how to give to a woman is because their mother never got. Okay. And 4, they don't understand that what it is to be treated correctly, like by a woman. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what it means to like really like sometimes a mom hug, a woman hug you or love you properly, or even to see a man love their mom properly, because their mom was so fucking, she was either working, you know what I'm saying, trying to make sure that her sons had every fucking thing, you know what I'm saying, because sons and their mothers, that's a whole different thing. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to pay the rent every month, trying to pay the bills every month. Man, it's hard.
Who knows what the mama did? Who knows what the mama did? The mama might have been fucking niggas in the house to get money. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? The mama could have been tricking to get money, selling crack to get money. We don't know what these men have seen. And guess what they do? They take it out on us because we are a formation of a woman. You know what I'm saying? So when we're trying to give and show you this and show you that, they're like, bitch. And it don't even be consciously. It might even be subconsciously. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, what is you doing? You know what I'm saying? And that's why some of these men be like, I would never. You would never because you never saw it. That's why.
I say
You
that
know,
I
all
think
the
a lot of
time.
it has to do with self-awareness, though. I think us women are very self-aware because we do a lot of like internal work. And I believe that, just like that video said, a man that doesn't have self-awareness, where you can't, take accountability of the destructive things that you're doing in a relationship. That's what I noticed in my past relationship. He was not self-aware. And therefore you're not noticing that you need therapy, and there's
Mhm.
nothing wrong with that. I think
Yep.
it's easier to talk to a stranger sometimes, but the fact that we take it out on people closest to us, then I feel like a lot of men, and it is because I will say men have a lot on their shoulders, and they're not
They do.
supposed to look weak, and they're not supposed to, but I do understand that. So I just do believe that men should seek somebody to talk to about these things, because these things leak out into your relationship, and you do these things that you don't even know that you're doing, because you're not even aware that you're doing these things. So I think it really comes down to that we both have issues. You have issues from your upbringing. We all got childhood trauma, really.
All of
And
us.
honestly, I just believe that we're just a bunch of adults, kids in adult bodies that haven't healed, and we're carrying all this shit that I dated a guy once who wanted to be mothered. He wanted to be mothered. I'm like, I don't want to mother you.
A lot
I
of
love
men do that.
I love being affectionate to you, but I don't want to mother you. I don't want to have to babysit you. I don't want to have to tell you what to do. I don't have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just it's a lot of things that we both need to talk about. I think both people need to talk about it instead of bringing each other down,
I agree.
and just being more aware and wanting to do therapy. I think that's a big thing everybody should do.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
super important. Super important to just like, and like again, we're not trying to bash men or nothing like that.
We
We're
love
trying
men.
we love dick. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like we're trying to get you guys to understand how you guys make us feel. And I think that men have such a problem doing that. Like they think everything is so defensive, and it's like, babe, I have to deal with this shit with you because this is how you treat me and this is how you're treating women. And then it doesn't help that these men in these podcasts, who half of these men in podcasts have mom issues for sure. You can tell because you can tell the way they speak, you know what I'm saying, about women. And you know, a lot of these men, they're scared of their mama. So they find women who they can treat because they know that they'll never say that shit to their mama's face. So they treat women a certain way because they're like, I can't do this to my mom, but I could finally do it to a woman. Finally, you know what I'm saying? I think that that's where a lot of men are just like fucking up at. Like, y'all need therapy for real. Like, y'all need to take accountability into who you are and who the fuck raised y'all. Because half of the issues that you are going through is because of that. You know what I'm saying? Because never really talked to your mom about how she made you feel, because you saw her working so hard that you feel bad to hurt her. But she hurt you. You know what I mean? And now you taking it out on who? On us, the women that honestly truly love you and want to show you a different path or ask things of you that you might have not have had to do. So it's like, where do we win in here when it's like they're dealing with this and we're dealing with, you know what I'm saying, our own issues? Like, where do we conjoin together?
I have 3 brothers, so I feel like I've seen how men like grow and develop, and then like who they become and who they become when they get married and who they become when they become a father. And I am a huge believer that all men, no matter what your upbringing was, to go to therapy, because your childhood trauma is going to show up in your relationships. It's going to show up when you guys argue. It's going to show up when you try to break up or divorce or separate. It's going to show up when you decide to like go to the gym. It's going to show up when you want to change something about yourself that she's
Mhm.
not comfortable with or she's not used to. And the way that you react to her is a reflection of what you learned as a child. And sometimes the way that you react is not going to be pleasant and it may be harmful to her. And then the way that you guys deal with it is going to determine like the outcome. But if you don't know how to process your feelings, if you don't know how to even express what's really going on, then it's never going to turn out to be successful because you don't know how to talk about it. You don't know how to process it. So how do you expect her to understand it? So a therapist will help you understand your feelings and also like tell her how you're feeling. So go to therapy, guys.
Emotional maturity.
No,
do you guys think that when men get in relationships with you, like let's say you're in a relationship with a guy and he has these, let's say he's a great guy, but you can tell he has internal issues. Are you open to tell him he needs therapy? Like, how do you approach someone that, or a man or relationship that might need that, but you don't want to let that person go? How would you?
I approach that in
Or
a
would you
very
just like
caring.
let a person go completely, or would you stay with them? Like, what would that look like?
I wouldn't do that. I feel like I am very I come from a point of like caring. I never try to belittle or put a man down ever. I want my man or whoever I'm dating to feel that they're operating from their highest form. So I do try to speak to the king in him. You know what I mean? I don't try to beat him down either. So we have these conversations where like I'll share things that have affected me that I'm still dealing with and things that we may have in common because we do have a lot of things in common. So when we talk about things like that, I feel like it's important to talk as in we, not you
Yeah.
got this wrong with you. It's more like how can we be better? How can we function from, a better understanding so we are building like constructive criticism instead of like beating each other down. I think it's really important to not be like, I'm perfect, you're wrong, you
Yep.
gotta fix things. No, it's both of us and we just have to see, the things that we have to work on. So I do believe it's important to come and speak of these things from a very caring perspective because also we can't be beating our men down either. Like I don't agree with that either. I believe coming from a softer, more feminine point, not coming in from like I'm better than you know what I mean, and that never works, you know what I'm saying. So I feel like we have to come from a very level-headed area where we're both equal and I'm not saying that you're fucked up and I'm perfect. So it's just like a conversation that flows. It can't be something where you're just pointing the finger at somebody.
But Martha, I mean, I'm gonna, tag after what you're saying. I agree, but at the same time, if you want us as women to be soft, you have to help us get there. You can't expect me to be just soft and all up under you, but yet you're not doing any or putting any effort for me to give you that safe space to be soft and submissive, not controlling at that. So in order to get there, it has to be reciprocated. I can't give you the 70, we can't do the 70-30 and then expect to come home and everything is rainbows and butterflies because whatever case may be. But if you're not putting the effort that we're putting the effort back in because everybody wants to one up on each other, how do you expect me as your woman to be soft and want to do that for him? Right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a question for you, Missy, when it comes to that. Not only because I don't always live my best soft life, but I try to at the least start there. Like come off soft, come off appealing, come off feminine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where is the transition? Do we start like that and then it kind of moves away from that space? Or is it that, like you said, he's not making you comfortable enough? Because if I'm not comfortable to start with, then I feel like I have to be masculine, aggressive, or counter everything that you do. I'm not even going to be there because I already know this isn't going to work because I'm probably going to be on some bullshit with you, right? Or you're not going to like the way that
We
I
have
talk.
our guards up for a reason, right? Because more than likely you don't have the proper intentions with us. So right. I'm going to have to figure you out just like you figuring me out, read the room and see what is it that you really want. And obviously getting to know each other, whether texting, FaceTime, whatever, putting that effort in for me to be like, do I feel safe? Do I feel comfortable? Because it's not even about feeling safe physically. It's about feeling safe here. And I think that's the thing that it goes both ways for men and women, is feeling safe here. Do I feel safe enough to talk to you here? Or are you going to be manipulative and finesse?
Yeah, I think that's the scary part of where we're at right now in life. It's like, I'm a lover girl. Like, I want to take care of every man. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I see a good man, I'm like, I don't want to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Because I know, and I've seen it, how hard it is for men right now, especially with these women. I'm gonna keep it real. A lot of women are trash right now. I'll be the first to say it. You know what I'm saying? But that's because there's so many men that are so visual that a lot of the women that they're choosing are of no substance whatsoever. Then they get mad at these such women. And now the next woman that comes around, guess what? She's the same as the other women. No, I'm not. I'm not like that. So now, because your mindset, a lot of men's mindset is like, all these women are the same in a sense, it makes me feel like, well, how do you feel about me? You know what I'm saying? Because I want to be that girl. I want to tell you, come over and let me cook dinner. You're right. Sometimes I don't want to go out. Like, I'm a half introvert, half extrovert, but I love being by myself and I love being at home. Sometimes I do want to be with a man and just be like, come over. I don't feel like getting dressed. I don't feel like nothing. But if I started off like that, to some men, it's going to seem like, oh, that she cool with that. I'm not
It's
cool with
easy.
that.
I don't
I'm
have
just
to
cool with
offer a
that
lot.
right now. You see what I'm saying? It's like, we don't know how to flow with these men, because it's like, damned if we fucking do and damned if we fucking don't. So it's like, I don't want to come into no relationship hard, or even sometimes with my guards. I'm a hopeless romantic. I don't really have no guards up. Like, yeah, I could fall in love with a nigga next month, you know what I'm saying, and get married. Like, that's my style though, because I'm a nurturer naturally. But these men be playing these games that it makes you want to put your guard up even when you don't want to. And it's so bothersome, because it's like, I want to be that lover girl. I want to buy you little gifts for nothing, but I might not see you in a week. You know what I mean? Like, I might not talk for a week. A bitch might get your attention on Instagram and sir, you're gone.
The
Because I'm a
cheating.
busy girl. You know what I'm saying? The cheating, the lies. Now you're doing this, you're doing that. So it's like, I don't know. I just feel like men and women need to figure out, like, what are we going to do? You, like you said, do you want a soft? You know what I'm saying? Do you want us in the door soft, or do we need to break down some barriers and some like, what do we need to do here so that everybody's content? Because I'm not no hard ass bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm a soft ass girl. Like, I want to be treated like a princess, but like, where do we get to that? Because these men is too much.
And I'm not gonna lie, like, I've also I don't know the state of man, what's going on, but I've met so many soft men, and it's like, and I mean in a way of like sensitivity, of like,
So
can
sensitive.
you joke around? Can, like, why am I more like, why do I have more masculine feature or like traits than you do when it comes to like working hard, getting to the hustle? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do I have to light that fire under you to get somewhere?
They lack leadership. I think both eras lack leadership, unfortunately. I don't think there's enough, depending upon in what era you grew up and under what type of woman or grandmother, they showed you how to treat a man, or they showed you not how to treat a man. If the man was in the household at all, just like we spoke to when it comes to, I always say this, I desire love more for the upbringing of children, to be able to see what love looks like, so that they know what to accept moving forward. I would hope that they see it, they embrace it, and then they could do it. But I think men lack leadership. They don't have, or didn't have, men in their lives to show them how to love a woman, so they don't know how to. And they also, if they were raised by just their mother, sometimes are sensitive, and you know what I mean, sometimes are a little more in tune with their emotions. I think it all depends on lifestyle and circumstance and situation. And they didn't have that level of masculinity in their life to be able to show them what to do or how to act or how to shade it. Because unfortunately, I hate to say this, but I think a lot of men didn't know how to process their emotions. So because of that, we just didn't see it. And
Mhm.
I say I had never seen a grown man cry until my mother's funeral. And I was like,
Mhm.
hold on. You know what I mean? I was like, my uncles,
Mhm.
my grandfather, the people that loved her, I was like, I hadn't seen that type of emotion from a man because
Mhm.
they had been or they processed it in a different way. It's okay to have a certain level of emotion, but not too much. You know what I mean? It's just this very, very teetering scale of balance of if it's too much or not enough. And if they didn't
Mhm.
have anybody to show them how to do that, unfortunately, they gonna falter all the way through.
Mhm. Mhm. And just real quick in the comments, not one person in this panel has talked about marriage. We're simply talking about dating. We're not even. No one's even valuable to be in that space right now. In no parts of man or female, no one has talked about marriage. We haven't spoken about being a wife. We're literally just trying to get through the dating phases and understand you men better and understand us better. That's it. Rather us than a bitch that just wants to live in La La Land and I just want to get married. I just want to get married. No, I really want to learn you. I really want to know what the fuck going on so that we can have that marriage that lasts forever. I don't want to do. A lot of people are just everything is about. Well, are you married? Well, are you married? Hell no, I ain't married. Not from what the fuck this shit's looking
And
like
I am
now.
trying to get married.
You know what I mean? Like this shit
Anytime
is so
soon.
I
I'm
actually
going
was
right. I'm
married.
going right now.
Right there.
Where are the
what the fuck
options?
is the urgency? What the fuck is the urgency for me to get married? Ain't nothing.
I'm not
Everybody
in no
that I know
rush.
that's got married through celebrities and anything are all getting divorced, which is statistically showing me that this shit is not working. And maybe there needs to be a little bit more dating and getting to know and understanding rather than just jumping at what the fuck we think is cool because it sounds better if we say we're married. It's more logical like that. We're more realistic if we say we're married. It doesn't
That
No.
it
makes no
doesn't
Hey,
sense because
look,
they
even if
they
we are
make it seem
married,
like it's hard. It's not hard to get that. I was married for 10 years actually. I was married young. I married my high school sweetheart. I was married for 10 years. I had a kid, I had a family, I had the whole thing. So I think this is different perspectives. Men act like that they always throw that, well, are you married? Well, do you have a ring? Yeah, I've actually had a couple rings, but
yeah.
you know, like you said, not everything looks perfect because a lot of women are suffering, you know, behind this marriage and they're just not speaking on it because they're ashamed. I personally separated because I found out he was cheating. And
That's
that's
one
it.
of the
That
reasons.
that's all I really needed. You really don't go back from that. I tried, but you really don't go back from that. And um
I was just gonna go
just
off
because
that.
you're married doesn't make any difference
Even
on
even
on
when
Really
you're
anything.
with,
doesn't.
I want to
Yeah.
agree with you what you just said, Martha, because even when I was with my ex slash my child's like father for 5 years on and off, like it was just like on and off, and like I'm just like, yeah, like I've been through with you thick and thin, even when with all like the shit you cheated on me, embarrassed me, like publicly, like embarrassed me, like on social media and shit. And I still tried, even when I had my son and stuff like that, even got worse. So it's just like, I agree what you said. Like, yeah, you were married, you did the whole thing. I basically like I was playing wife. We were like basically like, you know how you really in love and you really like into that person and stuff like that. And then plus you
Mhm.
got a kid and stuff. It's just like you try to work it, you try to do everything that you can because especially for your kid. But it's like sometimes it's like you got to know your worth at the end of the day. And it's like all the shit you put me through and all this, it's the cheating too. It's like it's the cheating. It's just like I tried to forgive, I tried to like give you the benefit of the doubt, but it kept on going and
It doesn't work.
continuing. It doesn't work. And it's just like, you know what? You're fucked up. Something wrong with you. And I'm dipping with my child. Bye. Like,
But I
Yeah.
think I think a lot of it has to do because I'm not reading too many of these comments, but I do read some of them, and I think they're just it's not a matter of how much suffering we can take.
mm,
Like, so you're supposed to stay with somebody. I'm supposed to love you unconditionally through cheating, through you destroying me, inside and out. Like, it's not, at one point, because I come from a family where none of the women have ever divorced, and they've only married one man, only been with one man. But guess what? I'm gonna tell you how unhappy all of the women. My grandma was so unhappy. He had babies on her and everything, and just because you want to look the part, but she
abuse
she
and
lived a
just,
very
yeah.
unhappy life. And at the end of the day, it's not about like, I think it's for everybody. We want to feel happy even if it means being by ourselves. And sometimes being with someone that's, everything can be perfect for years down the line, and then something happens that unfortunately you just can't undo, you can't unsee, you can't take back. And nobody can tell us women that we are not good women just because we left, because we broke our family apart. Oh,
Right.
I'm
And
sorry,
then they blame it on you, like
I was
you the
supposed to
like
stand
you're
there,
the
I was
one
supposed to stay
that fucked
there.
everything up. Yeah. Like
Yeah,
I'm not the problem. Like you did all this.
I just
I
wanted to
think
say too, sorry to cut you off. Married or not, they still cheat.
That's what
So
I'm saying. Like I wasn't married.
married or not,
I was not a fiance.
cheat.
Like that was my man. Yeah, was my boyfriend. Like
and they never cheat
my
with
child's
anyone
dad. That's what I'm
better.
saying. Like, yeah, you were married and I wasn't. It's still the same shit. Like it doesn't matter. Like I know
Well, think
guys
about
are
all
I
the
know guys
married
that are
men in your
married
DM on a
have
regular
different baby mamas, got different kids, got 6 fucking kids. Like they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. So I don't give a fuck now. That's what it is. So
real quick. Again, I just have one a question. No, because I kept seeing something reoccurring in the chat. It's just reoccurring, and they kept saying that it's these men you choose. Honey,
no.
hold on.
I don't choose them. You come to
We
me.
don't
And
change.
then I like you, then I like you. If I
They're
don't, I don't. And then
No, they're
boom,
saying
like,
all of
you
us.
still fuck
They're
up.
saying all of us. They're saying all of us. All the men that we choose are
No,
wrong.
I know. I'm saying like I'm speaking for myself
Most
too.
of y'all men,
Like,
I'm sorry, respectfully, y'all not shit. Okay? And you guys really are so delusional. Okay? Delusional in your fucking brain that you want to put the blame on us about the women, about the men that we choose, the men that we sat and talked with, the men that we trusted, the men that we believed, the men that we cooked for and loved, the men that we, you know what I'm saying, believed that they were who they said they were, the men that we stood by,
when it comes
the
to that
men that we did
conversation,
for.
when they say about men that we chose, honestly, men pretend to be somebody they're not for
yes.
at least the first
They
6
manipulate
months.
you.
They pretend to be somebody different, and then once you get to know them, you're like, damn, he got my ass. You know what I mean? So what I do get these questions where I'm like, no, do you think that I knew that he was like this? No. You don't get to, honestly, I don't feel
Not in the
that you get
beginning,
to know.
no.
And not even in the beginning, you don't even know a man until you actually live with him. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
And
a lot of
sometimes you
men,
don't
a
even
lot of
know
men
him
pretend.
then.
Even then they lie.
Men have a motherfucking amazing way to keep. That's why men, if you notice, these men live triple, quadruple lives sometimes. And sometimes women, we won't even fucking know. Because first of all, the love of a woman is different. When a woman is locked in,
She locked in.
I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing.
I'm like, I don't hear nothing. I don't see nothing.
I don't hear nothing. Because I'm so locked in with you. And men know that. They know when a woman loves them unconditionally.
No matter
and I know
what.
a lot of y'all men in this chat probably have never dealt with a woman love you like that. That's why you don't understand and you don't know, and you would say something like that. Because if you knew how it was for a woman to really love you, you would understand how much you could play a woman and she'll still stay by your side. And you'll look at yourself like, why the fuck is that bitch still here? Because she loves you, nigga. That's why. So you just don't know. And that's not your fault. Sorry. I had to say that. Because I'm just these men, like, they blow me with that shit. Like, we're some like goofy ass girls that just choose these wrong men. First of all, nobody chooses these wrong men. These are who these men become. And there's nothing that I can do about it or anything can do about it. That's just it. So speaking of that, there's another clip that I wanted to show, which was this is for the men. This is for the men because I think there's a misrepresentation a little bit of women right now and the way that we are being represented. There is good women out there and there is trash ass bitches out there. And this last clip, I hope I'm told the clip, but it's the clip of the girl that was talking about how she got many side niggas and all that shit. So if you know the clip, can you put that clip up, please? I want them to see that. You might be finding it.
There to
Maybe I
get
would.
taken care of. That's why it's difficult for women as wait.
No, you can put that one. You can put that one. I'm sorry.
There to get taken care of. That's why it's difficult for women as waiting for men at the finish line, because by the time that man get to his apex and by the time he started making money, he figured out what the fucking finesse was. Right. He realized that you're not valuable enough to be in his life because you didn't add any value into him when he didn't have shit. That's why guys are starting to wise up, because they saying, listen, why would I pick you when you on a downslope of who you are? But the way that you value me is based off of my ability to be able to provide for you. The best time for people to get married is when they don't have shit. I don't need you if I have everything. What the fuck I need you for marriage if I'm already a millionaire?
See, I agree
What
with
I need you for, because
that part, but the other part is
no. Stop, man. Stop. Hold on. Think about it like this. Because the reason why women is not winning, especially black women, is because they thinking about it from a selfish perspective. They're looking at it from the perspective of, well, I need a man to do this. Mm-hmm. The way that you become successful in anything is you reverse engineer it by putting yourself in that position. If I'm looking to get this job, the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask myself, what are they looking for? Why do they need me? What is it that I need to sell them from in the interview? What value can I add into the organization? The negotiation for the compensation don't come after until they make you the job offer. Right. First, you got to get yourself in the door. So why would
men like that are interesting. They're very interesting, and they're interesting for the simple fact that they really feel like they don't need us, and that's weird to me. In many ways, but I'm gonna let y'all chime in, because it's not that he said something wrong. It was the way that how men always act like we are not shit, like they don't need us for nothing. I don't like that.
Once they get money, they don't need women.
Exactly. Because now they can get a cook or a chef, and they can do all that type of shit. But
all these other bitches
that can do that.
That's what we mean.
How do you guys feel about what he said, and like just men in general who are of that stature and, what I'm saying, are, millionaires or whatever, close to it, what I'm saying? And sometimes they do feel like that. They feel like, well, shit, bitch, I got this money now. What I'm saying? Like, I don't really need you now. What I'm saying? So how do y'all feel about that?
Again, I think it really depends on where a person is in their life. Like where I'm at in my life, I make money, I get money. So it's like, if you don't, where I'm at right now, it's just like, go get your money. Like get your money up and come talk to me when your money is up, because there's no point for me to be with someone that isn't established. If this was like 10 years ago or 15 years ago, maybe it would be different, but no, I'm not gonna. No, there's no point. You don't have the time to spend with me and talk to me. You got to go get your money. So we shouldn't be going on dates. You should be hustling. You should be making money. I'm making money. I'm hustling. So like you should be too.
Why can't you?
Yeah. Like there's no point in dating if you're broke. And it's not about women or if we're married or if we have kids. No, it's just about, if I don't have money, I don't want to date. Like if I'm broke, I don't want to date. I'm gonna be going after the bag. So like if you're broke, why are you coming after me?
No, I have a rule for myself. If I can't afford the date for myself, I'm not going. Like so if something happens where we got to go Dutch, or like you try to, I forgot my wallet me, that's not cute. That's not cute. And I just wouldn't put myself in a position where if I can't afford my meal, I'm not going. I think women should have the same mindset as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I ain't going nowhere if I don't got money.
If not,
I don't know. I think that bottom up shit is just kind of played out with the times. Like, yeah, our grandparents worked it from the bottom up. They were together. They got pregnant early, 16, 17, 18, and they stayed
20,
together. Yeah, they stayed together and worked from the bottom up, and it made sense for them at the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But times have changed. Yeah, times have changed. We're not living in a world where I have to grind with you from the bottom. And it gives me this waiting to exhale moment where I stay with you. I put up with your shit. And you go get this bitch in the office.
Pregnant or,
are you serious?
do whatever.
I held you down. You built this
real.
company on my
Like,
back.
you really
And
gonna
then you
do
gonna
that?
leave me? That's how you create crazy people. And then have the nerve to call us crazy because
Crazy. Like, I'm the problem.
It just depends.
Then it'd be a whole entire prenup, because now you like, now you know, like my whole thing with men and that whole like building from the bottom up, like you said, that doesn't work anymore. Because at the same time, it's like the women are, and it also matters with age though. Why the fuck we are in our 30s? Why the fuck would I want to grind from the bottom up? Like, the grind from the bottom up has to be like an upper grind. You know what I mean? Like, it can't be like we're just starting off with nothing. Like, that's insane. And these men, like, they want that type of shit. But like you said, then it's like, I'm helping you grind, I'm helping you do all these things. And then the minute you get to that top and you feel like you don't need me no more, like they said, then what happens? Now it's a problem. So what do you want? Like, what? Like, I'm confused. Like, what do the men want? Like, do you guys want that? Where it's like you got a
they
woman
want their cake and they want to eat it too. They want to do what they want to do, and they want us to allow them to do whatever their manly needs tell them that they should. And we're just supposed to eat that shit, stay home, accept it, raise the kids, work too. And
you gotta work. You got to bring something.
Because if not, then you a lazy bitch. I pay for everything. You gotta tell me left and right, ABC. Like, I don't. No.
And that's
you gotta work.
It's like it's different.
You gotta make your own money.
Yep. And it's different stages, in life. Like, you can be, you know what I'm saying, where you're in your 30s right now, and maybe you want to find somebody who, like, I don't want no man who's lower than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I want that? I grind so hard. It needs to be equal or above, preferably above. But if I needed to be, and I found a man who's on the same grind as me, and I could see the vision like how he sees the vision in me, I don't mind that. You know what I'm saying? But
why don't we just like reevaluate every so often? And I swear to God, this is something I would like to implement in my life when I do have relationships with people, is if, depending upon the amount of time that we're together, why don't we reevaluate, but honestly reevaluate? Because we change day to day, year to year, month by month. If I am not the person for you, you have the opportunity to tell me, and we're able to walk away from this situation without an issue. But I'm giving you that opportunity. Yo, we're in a different space. I'm looking to do different things. You're looking to do. I'm not attracted to you anymore. Or say it in the best way that you can find to say it, because I know you don't want to hurt my feelings. But let's have this reassessment every so often, so that I don't think that everything is cool and you out here like, man, I'm not happy with you no more. You didn't know? How would I have known if you didn't fucking tell me? You know what I mean?
Communication is off. There's no communication. None.
Somebody said, once you're 28, your value drops significantly to a man that has everything he wants except a wife and kids. I don't know. I don't know about
my value went up when I
just started my career right around that age. So I wouldn't say, like, I think at that age, that's when you should, man or woman, be at least getting into the ladder of your career around 27, 28, right? Why would I, like, at that point, if I could, at that age, if I had found somebody to build together, that's cool, because now we're young professionals trying to make it, right? But at this age, baby, I'm good. Like, I can't build a man or build an empire unless you have one, I have one, and we do one together. But to go ahead.
And you know what I've been noticing too? The only niggas that say that age shit are old niggas, because these young men, they don't give a fuck. They never ask about an age. They never ask about nothing. They're very intrigued by who you are and what you've done. These older men are the only men who be like, you're too old. Sir, you're 52. You're 52. Okay, you're on goddamn dialysis. Calm down.
You know what I mean?
You're divorced with 3 kids.
You're 52 divorced and your hair's receding, babe. Like, please. Like, those are the only men. I never really hear no 27-year-old man, no 28-year-old man, like they say, 28-year-old women. I never hear them talk about older women. As a matter of fact, I've been seeing a lot of I get hit on by younger men all the time. I'm talking about all the time. You know what I mean? And they never give a fuck. And they got money. You know what I mean? So it's like, y'all I kind of like, and that's, I don't know if I put this in here, the one about Drea. I don't know if I sent it to you, but Drea is, you know what I'm saying, 41. No, I'm sorry. Drea is 40 and she's dating a 21-year-old. And I find it funny because if the roles were reversed, which they are so many times, these men are dating, these 40-year-old men are dating these 21-year-old girls. And they're frolicking around with these girls and they're getting them pregnant. But the minute that we do that, we're predators. We're the worst. We're the most disgusting people. Y'all talk down about our worth every day. Every day you're telling us that any woman over 30 is not worthy of shit. She's ugly. She shouldn't have nothing. She doesn't deserve a wedding. She doesn't deserve a man. But now y'all get mad when a younger nigga wants her. Well, now, oh, here we go. There it is. Yes. So Drea was spotted at the Houston game. Is she a predator? Can you play that one too?
How much? What's his contract?
I'm
asking.
He's gonna be. In a few years, he'll be making $300 million.
Okay, so
he's gonna max out. He's gonna be one of the max guys.
Okay, and so in no way, shape, or form do you guys think that he has any choice in who he dates, who he fucks, who he has babies with?
Yes, we do. Now, what do you think about everything?
Okay, well then that's really it. This is a man making a choice to be with the woman he wants to be with.
We're not talking about his choices as a 21-year-old whose brain is not fully developed. We're talking about Drea in her 40s having a baby by the young man whose brain is not developed. Is she a predator?
We're assuming that she is pregnant. We don't know. So
yeah, this is speculative.
Right, it's all
she looks pregnant. We've been watching Drea for over 15 years.
And don't nobody want to say we love Drea. That shit is crazy.
She looks nuts. She looks absolutely nuts. You fucking a 21-year-old? And cool, if you want to fuck a 21-year-old, cool. But now you got a baby by a 21-year-old, you are a predator. And I said this last year, yo. There's a lot of women in their 40s. I can't believe that you won't speak to this.
She don't think it's predatory.
No, she pandering because she don't want to alienate herself from a woman audience the same way that women do on these platforms.
But what if
and that's the problem with women on these platforms. When we need y'all to really kick it about women, y'all do this, thinking y'all trying to be kumbaya with women. This is nuts. That whole circle that is predatory and targeting these young kids in college, high school. Y'all acting like Nike.
Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny?
So 21's a little young, though. I have to say
21 is very young.
21's I couldn't do it.
You have a child with
on her page.
You're damn near babysitting yourself.
These men babysit women all the time.
And I'm pretty sure Joe Budden has fucked somebody 20 years his Tinder. So
I think her son is that age.
Most men have.
Her son is that age.
Her son is in college. I know that.
Oh, yeah, these people down here talking about 21 is illegal.
Drea, so but that's what
he's 20. He's 20. He's also about to get a $300 million contract. Not saying
what she was doing.
Play rich baby daddy.
That was the factor that all my friends said posed the difference. That I was like, okay, he's 21, but he also is making a lot of money and has a lot more exposure and experience because of the industry that he's in.
Like, shout out to Drea. You do,
and I love Drea.
But I
couldn't do 21. I've never dated a man younger than me, never. So, but that's not like a territory that I wouldn't touch. I'm like, I'm open to it. But
I wouldn't take it serious.
Yeah, if we reverse the genders, oftentimes people would find it to be an issue, and that is very honest. Like, men, if we reversed the number, the genders, then it'd be like, oh, a 41-year-old man is dating a 21-year-old woman.
Yeah, that's
But she's not the first either. Yes, the age gap is a big difference, but she's not the first to do that to an athlete.
No, she's not.
Brittany Renner.
Yeah, I don't think that she's, and also we have to think about the reasoning behind why she's doing it. Like, that young man probably got pipe for days, stamina out of this world.
He's probably a nice person. He's probably fun. He's probably nice.
Yeah, that's the season she's in. So
he likes to go out. He can hang out all night. He's not.
Yeah, that's the season.
Do we know what her worth is?
But do I think she should have got pregnant? No.
I don't think she's pregnant. You think she's pregnant?
I hope she's not pregnant. I hope she's not. The way she was doing that wobble,
I don't saying she's pregnant, but I don't think she's pregnant.
Yeah, I saw some pictures afterwards. I'm not sure if she's pregnant.
My friend saw her at the game, and he was with her the other day at the game, and she was drinking. He said, "I don't know if I should tell that, but yeah,
that could be a mocktail."
She was just wearing that big jumpsuit, and that's about it.
No, she took pictures after that, but everything could be photoshopped. But I thought
that's what I'm. Yeah,
she didn't look
I thought about that too. It might have been photoshopped, but I don't think so.
She shouldn't. She should. I will say she can fuck him all she wants to. She should not be pregnant by him.
She could definitely fuck the shit out of him.
All I'm saying, that's all that was for baby daddy. Because what does he bring to her with that age gap?
Yeah, because he's gonna find a younger woman that he's attracted to.
If we
he's
were
gonna
to
find a younger bitch.
20s, you can't do anything but provide financially. What can you do else besides that?
I mean, you know what? I mean, I don't know. He might. We really don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like what type of personality? Because I've talked to men that are, 26, 27 years old, and their mindset is different. Like I don't know, they cool. You know what I'm saying? Like they could be from the South. They could be different. You know what I'm saying? They could have been raised different. Like it kind of all depends on like how they were raised and how they are and what they believe in and their standards. And you know what I'm saying? Like everything is, I don't know, but I don't know. 21 is young, but I feel like if men do it, I don't feel like it should be an issue if we do it too. Because
it's different in the industry than it is in
regular life.
Yeah. Extremely different.
This might be an unpopular opinion, but I wouldn't want to date anyone in that industry. I know we talk about wanting successful men, but I don't need a man that's like, I might get shit talked for, but I don't need a man that's a super billionaire, because you know what? Those women are always miserable. They look good
and they get cheated on.
They got whatever they want, but they are miserable. So to me, honestly, I'm not interested in even being part of that industry, that lifestyle. I don't want any of those guys, because it's all fake. It's all a facade. You're never gonna find genuine love in those kind of things. And that's why when we talk, I think that because
you're saying like athletes,
anything in the entertainment,
successful men. Yeah,
none of that. And not even just that. There is men that are mega millionaires, but let's be real. Let's be honest. That their wives aren't happy. They're getting cheated on left and right, because men with a lot of money like that, at some point, I mean, there is some men that are not like that. I'm not going to put all men like that. But for me, I don't feel like, I think that we do live in a time where we're on social media and we're seeing what these girls online are getting because they're dating these guys. But in reality, these girls are really unhappy. Like, they might be getting their bags, they might be getting all this shit, but there's a price tag on all that shit. And to me, honestly, I still hope and want genuine love. And it doesn't have to be, you got to be a mega millionaire. I mean, obviously you have to be established. You can't be just like, trying to take me through the struggle.
Oh yeah, of course, but not in that lifestyle.
But it is unrealistic. Like for me, we're online and we see these things online and these lifestyles, and that shit's not real.
It's not real. I want a low-key successful man. Like,
I would rather have genuine happiness. I would rather have genuine happiness, and I would rather be with somebody who values and cherishes me over someone who's like a mega millionaire. Again, I think because we started this conversation over that meme or whatever, that post over the $15 lunch thing, so everybody thought that we deal with those kind of men that send us $15, but that wasn't even the point. It's, I think at the end of the day, people might have got the wrong idea about what we're talking about, but like,
no, I think it's the right idea.
Not all of us are thinking, I want to, only be with a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? No, that's also not what I'm saying, because when you guys talk about these girls online, I know all those girls are unhappy deep down and they're gonna leave them for the next one. You know what I mean? So I'm more interested in genuine.
I feel like any man could do that though.
Yeah, any man, but the probability in that industry and that lifestyle and that caliber of, you know, that tax bracket is happening 10 times over.
Oh, bullshit. Broke niggas cheat too. Well,
Broke niggas cheat even
I'm
more.
not saying they don't. I'm not right. That's
excuse me, ugly, broke, financially stable, otherwise.
Little dick, they don't care.
I'd be like, I know you didn't take that little dick somewhere else and you got
and embarrass both
I
of
was
us.
the only one loving that little dick.
Man, listen,
you
know what?
I know what you got in your pants.
I saw on the chat on there, they're like, that's why you got to give the nice guy a chance. That's why you got to give. I gave the nice guy a chance, and you know what? They're like you guys said. Listen, I've been humble, I've been nice, and even it doesn't always, like, I think these guys, they must think that these guys do us bogus. No, it's not like that. I've been with men that I'm like, okay, you know, he wasn't that cute, he wasn't that, you know, physically attractive, but I fell in love with how he was, how he treated me.
You
and
still
then
gave
boom,
him a chance.
and then boom. One time I dated a guy for like 3 years, and he was not packing nothing, but I loved him. You know what I'm saying? And my love for him made me come. And I was like, yeah, he would never cheat on me. Why would he do that? Like, why would he go out there and like cheat on me? You know, he got, you know, he's not well endowed, so maybe he ain't gonna be about that life.
You can't put it past him.
He took it upon himself to embarrass all of us.
The way you said that.
I swear to God, you
so
cannot
listen,
put
I've been humble. I've you know what I'm saying, but
I just feel like regardless of, and again, I might, you know, I'm probably gonna get a lot of flack for this. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the comments right now so I don't see them. Me preferably, if I'm gonna date a nigga, like if I had a preference, I would prefer to date a man with money that I wouldn't push if he's a celebrity or an athlete. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get a lot of athletes that talk to me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to for me, all men cheat, right? Not all men. Okay, no, let me not say that.
I'm not giving some the benefit of the doubt.
Let me re-say that. All men don't cheat, but most men cheat. Is that okay? Most men cheat.
Like 90%?
And if you haven't caught him cheating, that means he's pretty fucking good at it. Okay? Now, if I had a preference, I wouldn't mind dating an athlete, because for me, I know that if he's going to do something, I'm financially established with him. You know what I mean? Versus dating a broke man who got me struggling, giving him all of me, all of my time, all of my good years, all of my shit, helping him gain and do all this shit, forgetting about my dream type of shit, and the man is fucking doing him. I will be hurt. You know what I'm saying? Versus at least I'm with a man who it's like financially, I don't have to worry about a motherfucking thing. My family don't, my kids don't, nobody does it. So it's like, if I had to choose, I prefer that, but I'm also the type of woman, like, I could handle that. Like, I'm probably a type of woman, like, I'm probably made for athlete, because I'm not no nosy bitch. As long as you're doing what you need to do at home, we're good. We're good. But the minute that shit comes to my house, we're not good. And that's it. But that's just me though. You know what I mean? Because regular, been with that. Broke, been with that. Successful, been with that. And one thing they all have in common is that they're going to do them when they want to do them. But the difference is that what am I going to get out of this if I decide to leave? Because at least I'll leave with something. Whether it's he put $50,000 on a brand new business for me, whether he put, you know, I got a bunch of jewelry that if I need to figure it out, I can. I'm leaving with something, versus a relationship that I'm leaving with nothing but stress and drama. And hopefully, you know what I'm saying, these niggas be fucking everybody, not no STD. Because these niggas is nasty. So it's like,
That's another.
You gotta
That's
choose. You
another
gotta choose
chat.
your toxic. You gotta choose your toxic. And I'm not gonna look at the comments, so y'all can say what the fuck y'all want to say because I don't care.
I asked, like, just because I want to know, because a lot of people give grace in certain spaces and places. Are you willing to deal with a man who has cheated on you? Yes, but it's not a consistent thing. Where it's like, yes, I fucked up. I told you, I'm honest. It happened. Not the men who have whole relationships in other states and places going on with women that they're taking care of in other homes and setups. Like, what is it that you're willing to deal with? Because we know people are just human. That shit happens.
I definitely. I mean, I would. I'm gonna be real with you. If I'm in a committed relationship with somebody and we're in it, people make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Men don't put as much as emotions.
We
sometimes
can't make
as
those
we-
mistakes. We
Listen,
can't make those
can I
mistakes.
say something?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I feel like I've been saying, like, briefly, like, speaking to you guys about my past and my experience, obviously, like, I feel like it don't even matter. Even after when I was, like, done with him in that relationship and I was dating other men too, like, it was the same repetitive shit. Like, it was just like, I feel like it don't matter if you there for them and you show that they know that you love them. They know that you're their ride or die. Like, no matter what, every phone call, every text, like, you there, like, you know what I'm saying? But there's no change. They're still going to do them. Like, I've seen it. Like, even when they try to change and they try to make you happy, like, he was trying to make me happy, but I was just like, yeah, I was just turned off. Like, I was just resenting him. Like, I was just like, like, this ain't it no more. Like, this is boring. Like, you just on the same shit. Same shit.
Well,
And
what do you do when somebody treats you nothing but well and you have no fucking clue what's going on? Like, you're really oblivious. Like, you
I'm sticking
want for
beside my
not
man.
just financially want for nothing, emotionally want for nothing, and
Sticking beside me.
spiritually want for nothing. Like, you are actually in a space and place where everything works out in the way that you think it should.
Which happens a lot. Men do that. Men will treat you amazingly because you are their woman, and they will love the fuck out
and
of you, and they will give you
he did all
everything.
that with me. Like, he was just like, listen, like, you the queen, like, you my BM, like, you that bitch. Like, he was hyping me up, like, he was in love with me, like, but he was still cheating on me. You know, like, I seen it, like, and he thought that he was slick, but it's like, I still find out, like, at the end of the day. And it's like, he never gave me no explanation, because it was also like his immaturity too. Like, we were young too. So it's like, you know, like 21, like we were talking about the age before, like, you're still a kid. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not a kid, but like, you know, you still, like, you're young.
And you
Like,
haven't
a
had
lot
enough
to, like,
experience.
even settle down at that
You
age, or
haven't had
even get
enough experience,
married, or even have kids at that age. So, like, when I had my son at that age, like, it opened my eyes real quick what type of relationship I wanted to have with him, with my son's dad. And it opened, like, my eyes even more of, like, how this is going, how the future might be, and how it's gonna look. Like, his mom told me, like, this is not the guy for you. And I kept on, like, oh, I told myself, like, oh, fuck her, like, you know, I'm gonna change him, like, I'm gonna be there, like, I've always been there by his side no matter what, and he knows that. Like, that ass cheating on me and I was there the next day, like, type shit. Like, still, it
I
was
just love
fucked
it.
up.
I just
Like,
love it how
it's still,
if we stay, we let a nigga play us, and if we leave, we ain't married and ain't
because I had
happy.
so much
Okay,
hope. I had so much
What do
hope,
you
and I had a
want?
kid with him. So
What do
it's
you
just like, I had
want?
so much
What do you want
hope,
from
and I
me?
had a kid with him, so I wanted to make it
Like, what
work.
do
And
you
that
want
was
from
the love of my
us?
life. So, but at the end of the day, like, I seen this video on Instagram. I think it was like earlier today, whatever. And it's just like, if you see something, leave. Like, leave. Like, it's just like, because there were so many, like, opportunities, like, in situations that happened to me, like, when I was even with the guy, like, with him, like, and it was just like, I feel like God's saying too, like, you gotta leave. Like, this is not going nowhere. Like, so yeah, I was naive, but it's just like, it's like a lesson you learn in life. That was my lesson, you know? And a lot of
that's what
women,
it
and a lot of
is.
women go through that, and a lot of men do that to women. So like, you know,
they do, and that's why you have to decide on whether you want to stay or you want to leave. You know what I'm saying? But it also depends on the man. You know what I mean? Like that's a very important factor,
yeah.
which I think that's what you were saying is like, what if a man does everything? What if your man is down for you? What if he takes care of you? Why would you leave over a mistake? Because men want meat. They're like animals. You know what I'm saying? You get a piece of meat, they eat it, and then what do? They never go back to that same place again. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it be like that. If I'm married to a man and he's, you know, taking care of me mentally, physically, financially, everything is good, kids are good, family's good. He goes to Brazil with his niggas and he fucks a bitch. You know what I'm saying? He comes back and I find out I'm not leaving my man over no bitch that don't even know English. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like I built this.
I'm sorry.
What that nigga say? I built this shit,
like,
nigga.
But okay, ZhaZha,
I'm not letting my man go. I built this shit.
So how about he does that shit with a local bitch?
I mean, that's on her if she wants to be the local bitch. You know what I mean? Like that's sometimes
so you
it's
still
like
staying. So you still staying if he's like if you outside and she around and you know she fucked your like you know they fucked.
If a man ever did some shit like that, that means disrespectful and he don't have no respect for me.
And there's a lot of dudes beyond that shit.
I'm not talking about them dudes. We're not even talking about them niggas. Them is niggas we don't even want to deal with. We're talking about men who know their place in the family, but men are men sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And it's like to leave what you built over a mistake, I feel like it's not fair. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
It's never a mistake. They know what they're doing. There's no such thing.
They do know what they're doing, but sometimes
they know what they're doing. And
it is, and
I think everyone.
I feel like they know what
that
they're
we all
doing.
have different opinions here because I'm not going with none of that. Never.
I feel you. I feel you.
You let one mistake slide. Let me tell you what, you're gonna not only waste the best years of your life thinking that it was just a mistake. You're gonna that's gonna repeat. That's gonna be repeated behavior. It becomes a
pattern. So what do you do? So do you leave? So if you're married to someone,
leave.
Let's just say now let's get into the marriage. Let's say you're married to somebody.
I'm leaving.
You know what I'm saying? And
I left.
You know what? Fuck your relationship.
I left.
Fuck your marriage.
I left. Yes.
Listen.
Until this day, that man, every man I've ever dated until this day, would still in a heartbeat.
So what if the next man does the same thing? You leave him too?
I mean, I haven't been in that many relationships, but overall, if it's not one thing or another, I leave it. If something is not aligning, I leave because it starts disrupting my peace. To me, even if I say I love you so much and I'm going to overlook this mistake, it's going to eat me up inside, and therefore it's something I gotta live with. I don't give a fuck what you're buying me. If it makes me feel like shit and I start losing my light, I stop feeling like myself, I don't give a fuck what lifestyle you're giving me. I would much rather be living in my humble abode than to be on the 100th floor of a condo while you're treating me like shit. Not even treating me like shit. To me, cheating and making me feel like less because, you're outside doing things and thinking it's okay, that's treating me like less. That makes me feel like less. So I'm not accepting any of that because I know that there is somebody for everybody. There is somebody who looks for exactly what I'm looking for, and then there's men that look exactly for that would be okay with the things that you guys are okay with, and that's okay. To me, I've been down that lane, and if anything doesn't make me feel good, it makes me start losing myself as a woman, as a human being. If I start feeling like you're affecting my soul, I don't care what you're buying me or what house you're putting me in or what car you're putting me in. I would just rather walk away from it. It's nothing is really worth my peace of mind and my sanity. It's just not.
Okay.
I have something to say. And I know, I agree with everything you're saying, Martha. And I think I told you this, that I asked my bosses if they ever, I work with majority men, like 95% of the industry is men. And I asked my boss if he's ever cheated on his wife. And majority of the men that I work with, they all told me they never cheated. And I told them that they actually reinstilled my faith in mankind because I couldn't believe it. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You guys
I
never
almost
cheated?
still don't believe it.
Like, no, but
I think you're lying.
No, they would tell me because I mean I'm one of them, so it's like, what am I gonna do?
No, I
You
get
go
what you're
run and
saying.
tell
It's
their
just
wives.
it's so hard, especially in the industry that you're in, to believe that. You know what I mean? Like
No,
that's
I don't think it's
real.
hard anymore. I really think that there are good men out there, and it's just a matter of
Not hopeless
understanding what
romantic,
you
hopeful
want.
romantic.
And I have 3 brothers, and my brothers never cheated on their wives. You know, my brother,
Never.
I literally have 3 brothers.
Look at her
and
face. She said,
I would say like
Never.
definitely 2.
I have a brother.
2
I know
out
he
of
cheated
2
on
out
his
of
mom.
3. I would confidently put money up and say that they never cheated on their wives. 2 out of 3. Yeah.
I feel like all men fucking cheat. I'm sorry. I said that I talk about this with my girls every motherfucking almost day because Lord have mercy. Fucking people gotta like just talk about it. I mean, like, yeah, we talking about it right now, but it's like men cheat. Like it's just a I mean,
a lot
like
of women cheat.
I mean,
too.
listen,
But
I mean,
if
I
you're-
know
but if
there's
you're-
good
but if
guys
you're
out there.
saying- but
I
if you're
met good
saying
guys
that man-
before that don't cheat at all. I know they don't. Like I know for a fact. I met, you know what I'm saying? I have guy friends they don't cheat. Like, and I know, and I have, like, you know, I know the type of people they are, but some do. And it's just like, even if you're married or you're in a long-term relationship, you got kids and you got to bond.
I just don't feel like men are meant to be monogamous like their entire. I just can't. I
feel like there's gonna be a slip up down the line.
I feel like
I just can't see a man be in a relationship for 20 years with a woman, 30 years
and
with
not have
a
a
woman,
slip up.
and just never, not a nothing.
What do we
nothing.
care? What do we constitute as cheating? Because that could be emotionally,
I mean, I feel like
that
any
could be
type of
physically, that could be.
But they
Are you talking about sexually?
women
Are you talking
too?
about all that, like cheating and like?
Can you
cheating
go
in every
the same
facet?
dick for
Because
20 years?
Right, in every
if
factor.
you feel like you can't talk to your wife, but you talking to another bitch all night long, even if you didn't have sex with her, but you're venting.
I don't think that's cheating.
That's not cheating.
To me, no. If you
don't think
entertaining
that's
a bitch,
you don't think that's a problem?
I don't give a fuck about that bitch. If he didn't go home with her,
what about complimenting other women?
Do none of that stuff. I don't care because I'm right
talking
with a
about
man.
my business with you to another bitch.
We're not necessarily saying that. It could be they just talking. You know what I'm saying? He might have been at the bar with his girl and with his friends,
like
and
that shit.
you know what I'm saying? She's a cute girl, whatever.
I don't necessarily think that's cheating either. Unless this bitch becomes like your therapist. Not when I say
that's
therapist.
what I'm saying.
Therapist.
Now y'all
unless
got
she
numbers
becomes somebody
and
that you're
shit.
talking to on a regular basis, and she's like, "Well, clearly you ain't happy. You might as well come fuck me." Then I'm like, "Okay, hold on, hold fast," because now it's an issue. But like, if you're just venting or you need a space to go to be able to talk to somebody, and you feel like I'm not that person,
you go to your homies.
Okay. Even a bitch in a bar, because I bartended for many moons. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. People come to the bar and spill everything that's going on in their life. You know, they need
I look at it both ways. Like, yeah, like guys should have.
But
like,
I'm talking about
girlfriends, like they're
like you keeping a cadence with a bitch. Like you call this bitch every Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. You know, at 8 a.m.
No, that's
you
too
leave
much.
My house. That's a little cheatish.
Do you guys feel like because we're talking about cheating and we're talking about high value men, and I feel like that kind of goes together, because I don't feel like a man that has all these resources and has all this money, you know what I'm saying? I feel like
they say monogamy is for broke people.
Because it is. Because that's true. It is. You know what I mean? Like it is kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like if my man is filthy fucking rich.
Only because cheating is a rich man's sport.
Cheating and for some reason the poor people still want to be in it. They're still playing. So it's like not poor, financially disturbed people still want to be in it. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's like you can't want this kind of man and not expect that type of, I don't know. Like if I date Drake, I would be a fucking fool to think that my man is not doing something. Now, would that be my choice if I want to be with him? Absolutely. Could I deal with it? Maybe. Maybe not. You know what I'm saying? But I know what comes with that if I made that choice.
Right. You
so
understand.
Like, you can't want this high value man or this man and not think to yourself like, oh, well, you know what? he's gonna be with some bitches with some fat asses all fucking weekend. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I don't know. That's why the women that deal with those type of men are a different type of women. And that's why God gave them those type of women to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Because those niggas is not for everybody. That's why if you can't get them type of men, it's because maybe God's protecting you from what you cannot deal with.
Handle.
Type shit. What you cannot handle. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and that's okay too, but I don't know. Stop calling me Nunu, please. I have a name, sir. He was here in the last one too. That's why I'm saying that. Anyways, but yes, so I just feel like it's just, I don't know, like you kind of got to figure it out. But we do have one more clip, which is something that I wanted to keep for the last because I just feel like it's very it's very funny clip. I hope I sent it to you. I think I did, of this girl who is just like basically making us look horrible, making us look like we always have, you know what, just roll the clip actually. Can you roll it? It's inside. For all women, when I say this, we don't really want to get married. We'll tell y'all that just to see what y'all gonna do because it puts y'all under pressure. But in reality, every woman has at least 5 men. And we're gonna make you feel like you're the only one every single time. But in our reality, we got James, we got Brandon, we got the old man Billy with a lot of money. And then we got Keyshawn. And then last but not least, we got you. Because as a woman, a black woman, white woman, Latina, we have to weigh out all of our options. That's why when y'all give us the ring and y'all finally get on y'all knees, we cry. We don't cry because we happy. We cry because now we stuck with you. In reality, we don't want to be stuck with one set of balls for our whole life.
Pay attention. Pay close attention, young man.
She's a comedian.
No, I'm talking about the girl.
Yeah, she's a comedian.
Oh, I was about to say but you know, I've heard people talk like, I've heard women talk like that on social media though. And how, you know what I'm saying? Basically saying that all women cheat. And I feel like,
no, they don't.
No, I feel like a lot of women do not cheat. Actually,
You talking about she got James,
like,
she got this, she got that. Like, I don't got none of that.
I have never cheated.
But hold on. Just because she said it,
how many of y'all cheated?
No, men have rosters too. So don't put it on women as in like we got X, Y, and Z. With the fact that social media has a rise, there's options in front of their faces more than before social media didn't exist. So because of that, they have more options in front of you. Because guess what? That's what, Zha, what I can't do for him, you probably can. And Zha, whatever you can't do for Morgan might, whatever Morgan can't, Evelina might.
So
you know what I'm saying?
You can please me.
But it goes both ways. We all have
goes
options.
Both ways. There's options in front of
Except we're not just fucking them because men can have sex and have no emotion tied to it. To them, they can have sex with somebody
it's just sex.
And not care. It's just not even think about the girl the next day. I do understand that men are not emotional like we are. I'm not a cheater. I've never cheated, and I don't think I could. I don't have casual sex because why? I'm an emotional being. You know what I'm saying? But men can have sex. Men can have sex and not care. But when a woman cheats, it's 10 times worse because it is emotional. Emotional cheating, even if it's not physical, is worse. Because women fall in love. A man can go fuck 10 girls and not care about none of them, and a girl can hang out with one guy several times and it'll
catch feelings or some emotion. Yeah.
Right. So
yeah,
women, I don't know.
We don't cheat as much as men.
That's
number one. That's number one. Number two is when we do cheat, trust me when I tell you, this ain't no little lollygagging, baby. We cooking for the man. Like we're literally putting a placement. And I have cheated before. I have.
Okay, so that's what I want to know between all of us. Who's cheated here?
I have too, but I've only done it under sexual pretenses because, like you said before, you were happy with somebody who wasn't. You knew it was little. I knew it was little. We knew it was little. but I could go out and go have a good time and come back and be satisfied.
Okay, what about
I didn't
you
want to
other
leave
ladies?
him. I just knew that there was a level, and that was a personal thing, right? Like, so I've grown from that. But at the time, I knew that I could go out and do something, that it wasn't going to lead me astray from home, but that I needed a certain level of sexual satisfaction in order to keep me happy.
Pounding. You needed to get
you didn't put
pounded.
you
You just needed to get fucked real quick.
So you didn't really put
And I needed that in
feelings
order
into it.
for me to be able to, come back home and smile and get through the shit. And I did it temporarily until I didn't want to deal with it anymore. And it was just the one thing that helped me to be able to get through the bullshit I was going through.
Exactly.
Now, I'm not, look, this wasn't a happy situation where he was doing all right and we were great and everything. It was like, okay, if I have to get through this, the least I could get is some dick before getting.
At least you should offer me
what
some dick.
about? I want to hear the other ladies. I want to hear your take on that. How, if you've cheated, how did you feel? How did it go? What happened?
No, I never cheated. I'm not a cheater.
If I'm in a relationship,
I never cheated.
I love you. You're so pure.
That's a no. That's a no for me, because why would I even get in a relationship and be committed to you if that's not what I'm focused on? Right? If we are at this, right, we're not married, we're technically single. If we're single and we're getting to know other people, we're still single until we have, put it out
commitment
and said, hey, I'm exclusive to you, I'm really into you, and I'm dating, and I'm gonna be only exclusive to you. That's a different conversation that needs to be laid out on the table before you move forward. Because if that hasn't been said or discussed, we're all single. You do you, I do me. You know what I'm saying? And until we have that conversation, then that's that. But if we're not if we are in a relationship, no, I have never cheated when I was in a relationship, and I've never cheated if I was exclusive.
I've never cheated.
So you said, wait, hold on, Missy. You said, wait, exclusive. What do you mean by that? Like, hold on.
When you and me and him have discussed, hey, we're seeing each other at the moment. We're exclusive only to each other.
Okay.
Because we had a discussion respectfully. I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? Respectfully, this is what we're doing.
Okay.
And then it becomes a part where, hey, I'm not feeling it anymore. Cool. We had this respectful conversation.
Right.
Instead of pussyfooting around shit and like ghosting because you're not feeling me no more, or vice versa. Instead of
doing some petty shit. Yeah.
Petty shit and like, hey, I'm busy doing this. Then I go outside. I see you outside with another bitch.
I see you outside with another bitch or some other shit.
You keep it funky with me. Keep it 100. Don't like it.
That's also what I'd be saying. Like, a lot of people guys don't communicate.
I'd rather over communicate.
That's me too. I'd rather lay it all on the fucking table. Like, listen, like, it is what it is. Like, whatever it is.
I personally don't cheat because I like to be able to, I don't know if it's just because I can't, but I like to be able to walk away from something. If I do walk away from something, knowing that I gave it my all and that I was good to you, and it was your fumble. Because I always feel like, even though I get mad if something ever happens, I get mad, and the easy thing is like, let's go out to dinner, let's go out. I don't do that shit because overall it's not good for me and my spirit. So that's why I don't do it. And also because when I leave, I can leave with a clear conscience and know that I was the absolute best I could have been for you. And for whatever reason, it didn't work out, but at least I can walk out knowing that I try not to get into that petty back and forth because you did it, I'm going to do it. Because at that point, I'm going to just run myself to the ground doing that shit, and emotionally, it just takes too much of a toll on me. That's why I just don't do it.
I think that's beautiful. And this is in the past because I've grown, but I used to revel in the fact that I did whatever the fuck I needed to do to get through my situation. Because fuck you, and you didn't even know. But here you are fucking up, fucking it up, and you had no fucking clue.
I mean, that's facts. I feel like when the women do it, the men never find out.
Because women know how to lie.
Well, mine find out, baby.
And not even lie. I just, it's a mission of the truth. That's it. I don't have to lie to you. You know what I mean? Like, you don't even know what's going on.
I just honestly feel like, I don't know, like, it's just levels to this cheating shit. And I've said the same thing with men too. Like,
somebody bring back loyal women.
Like, it's just levels to it. When you're in a relationship with somebody for a long time, I was in a relationship with somebody for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? And you don't quite know how to leave the relationship, or the relationship might just be done already. It's hard to just be like, well, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're kind of still weighing your options in and tiptoeing in and out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a cheater. I've cheated before, but I've cheated and we were at a point where we were just like, everything was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Where we didn't know what the fuck was going on. And I'm just being honest because I talk about men too. So I'm talking about myself. I'm not going to sugarcoat shit just for me. I cheated, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not a cheater. I'm not going like all the way cheating. I was in a long relationship. We were at that point where, you know what I'm saying? I just had a baby. I wasn't feeling my best. He wasn't making me feel like shit. I found some shit in his car. It was a lot of shit. And the person I cheated on with was a shit, somebody very, very big that I'm not even gonna get into that because the streets are watching.
That's a different story.
The streets are watching. I'm not even gonna put myself out there, but
Don't
just
even
know that it wasn't no regular ass
beep.
nigga. You know what I
Dang
mean?
it,
It
no
wasn't that
shit.
for show. So if I did it, you know what I'm saying? It was, you know, respectfully, you know what I'm saying? He did find out. He did find out, and you know what I'm saying? I respectfully moved out, and then we ended up moving back in together. He kind of got through it. We got through it, and that was it. And we lived actually happier then after that. We never brought it up. Like, I don't know. We just never like talked about it. It was just like, whatever. Okay. It happened. We were both fucked up. It's
Right,
cool.
you guys
know
were
what I'm
both on the same page with that.
saying? Yeah, we were just like, he's like, I was fucked up.
Like
And I
mutual
probably
understanding, like, yeah, it happened.
yeah, I probably pushed you to do something like that. And then when
Right.
when he knew who the person was, he was like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just mutual understanding, and it's just levels to this shit, but it is what it is. I'm not a cheater though, but I have cheated. But I'm not a cheater. I'm not like that was like the
No,
first time I ever really
I
did
don't
anything
condone.
like that. I'm not out here cheating like y'all motherfuckers do, men. Y'all
Yeah, I
y'all
don't
be,
condone it anymore.
y'all
But
be like, hold on.
I will own when I
Men be
did
like,
it.
hold on, she's coming in, she's coming. I'll call you back. And be right in your face like, nah, you know what I'm saying? It's different.
What's a 304?
Uh-huh.
Let's see.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you know what?
How'd that come about? Is that an area code or what?
Girl, do you remember your calculator back in the day and you flip it upside down?
Oh, hell no.
Wait, what?
And you know what? Because before we wrap this up, you know what I'm saying? Just real quick, you know what I'm saying? I want to, and you ladies, feel free if you would like to say anything to these men in the comments, because I personally don't give a fuck that it's, oh, hello. Oh, okay. Let's read some of the comments. South of Avocado Saturday from Wendy's on Division, 7 Light, lunch on me tomorrow. We got you and your cast, Nunu. Okay. Thank you so
Why
much.
he call you Nunu?
I'm so excited about that. Why would men work so hard? Why should men work so hard to be successful and earn top 80K, 110K or more to spoil women and maintain a lifestyle women want?
We make more than that.
I don't see women spoiling successful men or leading with their money. I'm convinced women are for sale. If that's what you think, great. Next.
I think a lot of them came in later where they didn't see the introduction that I think all of us right here, all 6 of us, we are all successful women.
I personally don't think they give a fuck if we were, if we weren't.
Right,
That's
but
just
a lot of
their
them
mentality is so
it's
off.
a whole lot of trolls.
They're off.
I love it.
You have the right to leave, but why all these men are not husband material, but they can fuck and out kids on y'all? Explain that, please. Oh,
fuck kids out of your.
Okay. Sure. Fathers use this video to teach your sons to avoid heifers like this. Chicks like this ain't shit. You're right. Don't bring your son around me. True play for real. Ask Puff Daddy. Let's see. Gifted. Okay, good. We got some memberships for you. Period. Drea, the pretty mulatto, be a predator. I mean, men do it all the time. I feel like 21 is legal age. If she's in her 40s, at least her room still work. At least, praise God. He ain't marrying her. He's just sowing his seed. Oh, well, that's what he chose. That's on him.
Yeah, that was.
Women cheat better than men and do. Have you ever considered perhaps it's in our nature? Yes, men are cheaters. We know that already. Thank you, heifers, for time.
That was cute.
You're welcome. Next time I'm charging.
Hold on real quick, though. I just want to say this real quick before we wrap it up. You men on this, we've allowed you men to talk the nastiest shit to us. We've allowed you men to tell us we're hoes. We've allowed you men to tell us we're old hags. We've allowed you men to tell us we don't deserve to be married. We've allowed you men to tell us all type of shit, right? But what the fuck are you guys doing right now? You're sitting on YouTube watching these hoes talk. What does that? This is just the thought of the night. What does that say about you guys? Did we think about that? Have you thought about that one today? Because you could have been doing anything in the world. You could have been getting your dick sucked. You could have been fucking. You could have been cooking dinner for your wife. But
Getting
you're
money.
here
Been with those high value women that you guys
with those
love.
high value women.
Us.
But you're here. But you're here with us. So you're welcome. You're welcome, and we allow you wholeheartedly to stay with us on this beautiful evening. But do not, for one fucking second, forget where you're at. You're right here with us. Thank you for tuning in to our wonderful show. And we hope that next week we can make it even better and wilder for you guys. And if you haven't followed us, you should.
Have some good questions for us too.
Bye.
Right. Is there any good question? Because everything nothing's a question. Everything is a statement about us. Like, what about, do you kiss your mother with that mouth? No, that's weird. Who hurt this woman? You did. You hurt my feelings, bitch. Sorry. You kiss your mother. No, because they've already disrespected us. The line's already crossed. Okay. So yes, that's it. Do you guys, ladies? ZhaZha the monster. This is the one. I am. Do you guys have anything else you would like to say before we end the chat, ladies? I do want to thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate you guys. I think we spoke to a lot of men. I think a lot of men's a little bit, some have got perspectives shifted, which I appreciate.
Yeah, we go back to say this wasn't about bashing men or posing an issue, just personal experiences and rolling through the times and the unfortunate circumstances that we have to live in dealing with you. So,
and to encourage you to get therapy.
We all need therapy.
We all need therapy.
Yeah.
But if you're the leader if you're a man and you're the leader, you definitely got to lead with some therapy, baby. You got to get good for us so we could be, you know what I'm saying, amazing wives for y'all and whatever, submissive and sweet and nice women. We need that. We need, masculine men. So
that's going to be the next slide. I'm in therapy, baby. I got you.
And make sure that real quick, you guys, make sure you guys follow all these ladies. Maybe we'll be back next week. I don't know. We'll chit chat about it. But yes, maybe I'll have some new girls and we can just, kind of just talk and get a lot of women's perspective. ZhaZha, you need to repent on your sins. Dear God, please forgive me. Thank you. I did. Please follow these ladies. These are all their Instagram names. Follow them. All very successful ladies, all women you can learn from. And yeah, that's it. Thanks, guys.
Bye.